Hi, my name is Laura Citron, and I have a clothing line called Laura Citron. So I have a vintage clothing store here called Opium Vintage. I've always worked in vintage, and I've always loved vintage because you see so many design elements that are lost in nowadays collections. I had fun showing those vintage pieces in the runway in the past at Fashion is for Everybody, but since I've created my own line that's vintage inspired and has a heavy 60s, 70s influence, and so excited to announce that we'll be showing my new collection for the very first time for Fashion is for Everybody this year. Gosh, Nashville fashion is growing so much. There are people from all over the world, all over the US that are coming to Nashville to create things. It might not be a city that you immediately think of for fashion, but it's a city that you immediately think of for growth and for creativity, and with that comes fashion and design. And so it's a great time to be in Nashville and to be a part of this community, and a very supportive community that really helps each other, genuinely wants to encourage every other creative and designer to succeed. So I feel super lucky to be a part of Nashville's fashion community. A quote that I love to live by is, if you don't dress like everyone else, you don't have to think like everyone else. That always stuck with me because I feel like I never fit into a specific box or mold or label, and I thought it was great that I could express that view with fashion. It's, the first thing that someone sees about you, the first thing they notice, and to be able to paint a little picture of what the inside of your brain looks like, to me, is such an exciting process. So I make clothing for people that don't want to look exactly like everybody else, that want to look chic and fashionable and creative and interesting, but also fun, and that's what I try to do.
That's cool.
So Fashion is for Everybody is a runway show that is completely different than any other runway show that I've been involved in. It's what's called an inclusive runway show, and so the models are not only pro models, but they include models of all shapes, sizes, abilities, and backgrounds. So it shows you that you don't have to look a certain way or be a certain thing to be able to enjoy fashion. Everyone has the right to be able to enjoy fashion and to have fun with it. It's an absolute delight and joy to be a part of Fashion is for Everybody, but it's also a really important thing to be a part of because it's a message that we need to broadcast and make sure that everyone is on board with. It's important. As far as inclusive fashion for a designer, once you start doing fashion shows that require you to consciously think about body shapes and sizes and people of different abilities, it makes you realize that the simple task for you of walking into a store and buying a dress is not so simple for a lot of other people. So as a designer, it definitely makes you more aware of that, and it makes you consciously want to tweak your designs or see how they can be improved to at least include everyone and to give them the opportunity to enjoy fashion and to have fun with it. Does fashion matter? I think what matters in life is being happy, and if fashion is an avenue that can bring you joy, then I think that absolutely matters. I think that you need to follow your passion in life, and for people that really enjoy fashion, they see that as a vehicle for being creative and expressing themselves, and kind of like finding your tribe and finding your people, and giving you a sense of purpose and belonging. So if fashion gives you that, then it gives you joy.
Nice. Good for an improv.
Try and quit.
Good.
So it's important for fashion designers to be aware of inclusive runways and inclusive fashion shows, because it makes you think about these things when you're designing your garments. You're thinking about a certain type of body and a certain type of person that will be wearing your pieces, but actually it's so much bigger than that. And to have something for every single person that walks into your studio or your boutique, or to say, we can make it happen for you, we can tweak this piece, we can alter it, and just to give everyone that opportunity and to make them feel special and individual. And that's, I think, what Fashion is for Everybody does to a designer. Fashion is for everybody.
Fantastic.
Woo!
Thanks, lady. that paint.